Good morning. I would like to say that this running lark on the beach is getting any easier. If I'm honest with you, it's getting a little bit easier, but it's still hard. It's difficult because it's like I'm putting myself to the test, and I'm definitely being tested. And it's funny, one of my mentors, and he's actually a friend that I've met through my training. So technically he's not a mentor, but I definitely have a lot of respect for what he has to say and do. But he was advising me that as far as my YouTube channel is concerned, that I need to be, his words were, if it can put 2 videos a week up, well, then why not put 4? But if I'm looking to build a following, there's definitely truth in those words. But at the moment, and this isn't just lip service, it's not just saying what I should say, but at the moment I definitely just want to put up stuff that might be of value to people. So if I'm going to do that, I have to stick to the realization that comes with a level of vulnerability, because with honesty comes value. When I'm being honest with myself, it brings a lot of value to me, because through honesty you get answers. So it's difficult, just as it's difficult to keep up running on the beach and you can be knocked off every now and again. It's difficult to record myself and be honest without trying to create a persona, and that's very easily done with all the social media. It's about people putting up an image of themselves that's not really true. And what I'm trying to say is that over the past couple of days I've been in a place of challenge, whereas it's basically just to do with my relationship with my wife. And like most of the times we just get on really well, but we have just as many problems as any other couple, but it's kind of how you deal with it. And yesterday I was definitely a victim. I was definitely in that victim mindset, and I couldn't even pull myself to get the will to just have an adult conversation with her. I was very, looking back now, like it's almost childish. But last night both of us were listening to Abraham Hicks as we went to sleep, because we both always want to fix what needs to be fixed, and that's, thank God for that. But Abraham Hicks last night was talking about, and it makes so much sense, it's that I cannot hold my wife responsible for my happiness, and she can't hold me responsible for her happiness, and that the only thing that I need to do and work on is aligning myself with my inner being, the inner being that knows all of my true potential, the inner being that knows me. And when I make myself happy, therefore, hopefully, I lead by example. And I think that's kind of like what I'm trying to do on this channel as well. Like, I have to lead by example, and that means openly talking about my weaknesses as well. And then a story came back into my head on the beach that I heard a very, very long time ago. It was probably 14 years ago. Oh Lord. And that is the story of this man who was sitting on a park bench, and he was talking about the woman of his dreams. And he looked up into this night sky, and he saw this star, but the star started to get bigger and bigger. But then he realized that the star wasn't getting bigger, it was actually getting closer and closer to him. And as it got closer to him, it turned into like a glass ball, which just landed in his lap. And he picked up the ball, and he just couldn't believe the beauty of this thing. It made him so happy. Every cell in his body was just tingling. He had this feeling of just being tuned in and just like almost getting it. But the overwhelming feeling was just pure happiness. And he knew that this was just for him. It was him being aligned with the universe almost. It was just this feeling of elation and pure happiness. And then the woman of his dreams sat down beside him, and he felt like everything was coming everything was just coming together. And in that moment, he wanted to share his happiness, but in doing so, he handed the glass globe, the glass ball, which contained all of his happiness, the energy that just made him happy. He handed it over and he put it into her hands. And as soon as it went into her hands, it smashed. And the moral of the story is that you can't place your happiness into the hands of others. It's purely your responsibility. And I heard that story, like, it was when I met my wife, it was when I met Michelle. And we're together like, 13, 14 years. And I'm only remembering that story again now. So it's just when I hear these teachings of Abraham, and I know I've heard it and it makes all sense to me, but because we're human, we just slip up constantly. So the bottom line is that once again, I now know, and I now again understand that I'm wholeheartedly responsible for my happiness. And this level of recognition, looking for recognition for what I've done, goes back a long way as well. So today's message is: choose happiness. Be happy. Be grateful for absolutely every little thing, the beautiful things that just come into your lap, that are always around you anyway. And try not to get other people to notice what you're noticing, because other people mightn't be ready at that point in time. It's not my responsibility to make other people happy. It's my responsibility to make me happy. And it's not other people's responsibility to make me happy either. So therefore, that is the essence of leading by example, is it not? Yes, it is. So there's my thoughts for today. It's probably been a little bit longer video than I was hoping to make, but there you have it. So I'm going to do some exercises now. I'm going to continue taking responsibility for the life, including the body that I want. And I'm going to go up and I'm going to give my wife a big hug and a kiss. And we're going to press the start button again. So there you go. Have a brilliant day. Love to everybody and love to me.